What's going on, y'all? Conscious One coming at you. Just want to do this little video before I check out. I apologize. I can't make professional videos, y'all, but you know what? I work too much. And since I don't get paid to make professional videos, who cares? But anyway, uh, so yesterday I had took a picture at a restaurant out in the Chicago suburbs. Now, this is not McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Popeyes, KFC. This is none of those bottom feeder restaurants. It's still fast food, but it's more on the, I say, mid-scale level. And I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't like to say too much information on my channel, considering that everything is connected. But I mean, I just found this hilarious when I walked in the other day and I seen this sign. So I only could post it on my thumbnail, y'all. I'm not going to pay for the software to be able to, do good videos, but I put it on my thumbnail so y'all could see it on the thumbnail. But basically the sign says due to a high volume of theft that they would no longer be putting the food. Man, just because you're a manager or a manager or own a place doesn't really mean you too intelligent. So it says due to a high volume of theft, we can no longer put the food on this shelf. So what they do when you do the gig orders and you go pick up your food, some of the places, a few places out in Chicago suburbs, they actually put the food on a shelf. It's close by the front register, but they actually put the food by the shelf. And when the drivers come in, they can just grab it. And the reason they do that is because there's so much work on the women that work there. They cannot, and a lot of people actually come inside this restaurant. So they cannot take care of everybody. You can't take care of the customers and be taking care of the gig apps at the same time. And even if they try to, it's too much work, which is going to cause low productivity, as I was trying to explain to y'all about yesterday. Number of women that work at this place too. So, trying to, ease the pressure off the women and say when y'all do these orders, just go put them on the shelf. That way that, drivers can come grab them. But bad idea, because when people come in there, they see the food just sitting on the shelf and they decide to steal the food. Now, me being one of the few black people in the neighborhood, well, first I like to say it's good that they see me all the time because, they could try to use me for a scapegoat, because of the mind control. I'm one of the only few black guys in the neighborhood. Must be me, right? And then you really can't, even if they did have a security camera, you still really can't tell who is who and what is what as far as somebody coming in there and taking the food and walking off, because that's what's expected. They don't know who driver is what. It's expected that somebody's gonna walk in the door, take the food, and walk out the door. Oh, that's a gig driver, or is it? I mean, this stuff is hilarious, y'all. Another thing too, I just woke up and they say, oh, Larsa Pippen spotted with Michael Jordan's son. I mean, God, I'm glad I work so much, y'all. This is a circus. This is really turned into a circus. But sometimes I read some of the tabloids and I just be like this can't be serious. Okay, this Larsa Pippen, this I don't even think that's a person anymore. This has got to be some kind of demon or something, man. I mean, I know that you got some women out here that don't really care, but how can you just not care that much? How can you just be passed around like that? Like it's being done on purpose. This cannot be what it really is. It's just like she's getting paid just to get all this attention or something like that, and she just acting like she's a hoe. I mean, I hope that's the case, because I don't see how a so-called woman, I mean, even hoes don't like to be, shown, passed around like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this stuff is ridiculous. But again, this is why I'm so glad I work a lot, because I don't have to pay attention so much to the tabloids. But just getting back to the restaurant situation. I mean, it's hilarious. So people are walking there and stealing food. And I don't think it's black. I'm telling you something. I don't think it's black people stealing stealing this food. I think it's white folks who be stealing this food, man. And what surprises me, it says a high volume of theft. So they just put the food out, and somebody be like, "Oh, there go our meal again." But no, this ain't black folks doing this. But it's easy for white folks to still in certain situations because they know they'll just end up blaming somebody who black. I mean, it's just, oh my God, people stealing the food. That's what I told y'all about these apartments. Like I could say, oh, let me just get a nice, since I like the Chicago suburbs so much, let me just get a nice apartment in the Chicago suburbs and everything's supposed to be okay. Nah, like I told y'all, people getting they packages stolen in the Chicago suburbs too. In the white upscale buildings, everybody is reprobates everywhere. They're everywhere. They're not just in the hood. They're not just in the projects. No, they're in upscale white apartment buildings too. It's nothing but anarchy going on, y'all, in the country. Okay, and just because you move into a place where you pay a lot of money for an apartment doesn't mean that you're gonna get your car tampered with or your mail stolen. It doesn't matter. The country is full of anarchy. So I just want to post this picture on the thumbnail, y'all, and just talk a little bit about that. But I saw that sign. It was hilarious. Some girl saw me taking a picture of it, and she said, "Can I help you?" Like she didn't want me. I told you these women, they be protecting the matrix. Like she didn't want me taking a picture of the sign. Like you work for like what, $15 an hour. Like don't even tell me you about to tell me I can't take a picture of this. Let me tell you something. These women that I so called feel sorry for. Nah, it's like spirit tell me don't feel sorry for these people working at these places. They chose to work there. You choose to put a noose around your neck. You choose it. Nobody can put you in slavery but yourself. They could be doing what I'm doing, but they so paranoid. Oh, you work for Gig Red or Gig Black. They're so paranoid of what people think about them that they just got to be working. They'd rather say I work at McDonald's than a gig driver. You got people out here like that. They're so under mind control. They'll rather tell somebody I work at Burger King than work for Gig Black because they for some reason they like to demonize Gig Black workers. Y'all be seeing it. They be showing all these. Every time you go on YouTube, they show these dorky looking gig drivers with their hat turned backwards and they just look so dorky. They do that on purpose so that people can't discover how much money is in it to keep all the vagabonds and reprobates away from joining the gig apps. Because last thing the gig apps need is a bunch of reprobates joining the platform, not doing their job and stealing food and doing all kind of stuff as well and robbing people and God knows what else, right? Using different accounts, letting other people use their cars, all that stuff that reprobates do. You see, and again, I always joke about how, New York don't let people have freedom because you can't let savages have nice things. Well, savages in the Chicago suburbs too. And now they say they no longer can put the food on the shelf. You actually got to come to the cashier and get the food. So now that puts more work on the girls. I'm kind of confused about this situation though, because at this location I went to, I've never seen any bags on the shelf. I always go in there and have to ask the cashier anyway. So when I seen the sign, I was a little bit confused. I'm like, when did they start putting bags on the shelf? Because I never remember putting the food from the shelf for me to grab. So I don't know. Maybe they tried it for 1 or 2 days and then it happened, or maybe they're hearing about it from other restaurants or other same franchises that they just said, well, we're not going to do it at all. We're not even going to start doing it or whatever. I don't know. But it's hilarious, man. It's got all these reprobates out here. Now he's stealing food, so now you got to take that away, and now I got to go up to the cashier now and ask for food. So you can't give reprobates, can't give them nice things. They are always gonna mess it up for everybody else, and then everybody else got to obey all these rules. But yeah, I just want to tell y'all that, and I'll let y'all later. Peace.